because this is something a lot of people will brag about. But here's what I've learned over the past few years. For one, humans are not good at multitasking, despite many of us bragging and what they tell you. We end up doing a bunch of tasks, but they end up doing them poorly. We're not machines.
Yeah.
We're just not. We're not robots. We're not computers. Therefore, we don't have the ability to divide up the time in ways that will be most productive. It's a new year and it's time to get focused, y'all. And that's what we want to help you do today. How do you stay focused in a world full of distractions? We've got the answers. My name is Monickie Scott.
Hey, and this is your girl, Felina B. Flossin. Remember to subscribe and comment below on your biggest takeaway from today's topic, or feel free to share your expertise. Thank you for joining us. Now let's talk getting focused. Okay. Monickie, what is your biggest distraction that keeps you from staying focused?
Oh, it's my phone. Opening that one app, the one, ain't nothing changed in the last 10 minutes, but you got to stroll through it. This sounds familiar, doesn't it? Sometimes we convince ourselves that we're being all productive and stuff, and super productive actually, by staying up to date with social media, the news, responding to emails right away. But more than likely, we're distracting ourselves from bigger things that we're supposed to be focusing on. So what are some ways that we can take back control of this and get focused? What's first on our list, Felina?
Okay. So I would say first on the list would be removing the notifications. No more notifications.
Okay.
And if I may say, you'd be proud of me, sis, but I removed my notifications a while back.
Really?
Yes.
It's surprising.
I know, right? The thing is like, if it's a job, like emails, I'll do like from 7 a.m. to maybe 7 p.m. I'll have my phone line open. But when it comes to like social media, all the notifications, like I would say 95% of the time, it's about some silly video or, something that distracts me from getting the bag.
Ding, 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 ding. All day.
I don't need them.
At first, you're like, ooh,
yeah,
somebody's thinking of me. And then you're like, okay, that cool. Is enough. I tried it for a while and it does work. It really does help you to be more focused when you have to be disciplined to check your social media, check your emails. Yeah. And I do have to give a little shout out to Daryl Evans of the Mind Shift podcast, because he is the one that challenged me to do that. He said he did it and I looked at him like, how do you not, have notifications?
Yeah.
But it worked. It really does work. Now, I recently turned them back on after having them for a long time, and they're really draining my battery. And on top of that, they're extremely distracting. So I don't know how long I'm going to on. So if you listen to turn them notifications off right now, open up your phone settings, go to notifications and turn them off. You do not need an update about who just posted. You don't need a constant stream of distressing news breaking your focus. You can check your own social media at your own set times, and you can do the same for email and just ignore it the rest of the time. That gives you more time to do what you're supposed to be doing, and what you should be focusing on.
Yeah, absolutely. And I will say that I know there's a spot on your Android and an app on your Android, but for sure on iPhone, there's a setup that will tell you how much time you're spending on social media, and it is embarrassing. Like, that's what made me turn off my notification, because I realized that I was doing way over 8 hours a day. It was like I was working a job and they wasn't paying me. And so, yeah, you might want to. Hey.
Yeah, y'all jump on it. Get on it.
I'm just saying.
What's next on our list, Felina?
You definitely want to have a healthy routine.
Yeah, I have read and researched that you can definitely improve your focus by establishing a healthy daily routine. When you set a routine, you get used to it. You don't have to waste time worrying about what comes next. I know, have you ever gotten up in the morning and fiddle faddled around and you should have been doing this and you're thinking it's only going to take this time, but you just didn't have any idea of where you were going or what you were doing. And then you end up 2 hours later or an hour later, like, okay, now I'm late. Now I'm I've got so much to do. But if you have those things set in place, it's like they used to talk about Steve Jobs and Mark Zuckerberg, how they would wear the same outfit daily just to have one less decision to make.
Yeah, I'll make that extra decision though. Okay, go ahead, Zuckerberg and Jobs, but nah.
But think about it. What's one thing you do every day that you don't have to think about? It's just part of your daily routine.
Yeah, as we get older, we get a little stiff, right? So I recently had a car accident like last year, and my chiropractor really stressed that as we get older, we need to keep our bodies limber. And so he gave me this really great stretching routine. So my first thing is to stretch and to move around. It's kind of automatic. And if you think about it, in the animal world, dogs and cats, when they get up, what's the first thing they do? They stretch on out.
I was kidding.
You don't know.
I don't know.
We need to get you a furry friend. But that's the first thing that they do is stretch. So that's one thing that I do without even thinking about it.
Okay, but it's there right now. It's just something that happens on a daily basis. It's not something that you're like, oh, I need to go stretch, or oh, I forgot to stretch. So it for one, it solves the problem of you not being stiff for the rest of the day. And it's something you don't even have to think about. You just get it and do it. So don't waste your time on making decisions about little things that have to be done. Make sure that the things are important, that they're on your daily your daily routine, so that you don't have to think about it and you can keep focused on what's next.
Absolutely.
Okay, we got some more stuff on the list.
Okay. So the next one would be to prioritize. And that is a big, big deal. I probably should have said that as number one.
That's true, but these aren't in any particular order. So we'll just say whichever one is best for you. You probably can't do them all at one time, but figure out which one resonates most with you and at least start on one and see how that changes your focus. Yes, what is on your to-do list? The best way to avoid distractions, it's to rank your daily to-dos or tasks in order of priority. Now, it can be overwhelming because I do list every day. And let me tell you, I start off saying, I'm only going to put 5 things down. 20 things later, I'm like, okay, but you're only going to get these 5 done. So why did you do these 20? And it really happens that I only get 5 done. So it's overwhelming, but put them in order and rank them and make priority over the things that really need to be getting done. Because we all have a good 20 to 50 things that is on our to-do list every day, but not all of them can be priority.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
And you know what's important, so you know what has to get done first. Okay, so my favorite one is coming up next because it's something I struggle with. Felina, what is the next thing we can do to improve our focus?
Hey, you're not alone, okay? And for 2022, I've decided, okay? Our next one is no more multitasking.
Say no to the multitasking.
I'm over it.
Yeah, most of us, we think that we're just doing such a great job and we're doing really good at multitasking, and you probably are. Like I pride myself and say I'm a great multitasker, but it really does kill your focus. And it's actually slowing you down, reducing your productivity. Multitasking actually adds to your distractions. Can we park here for a moment? Because this is something a lot of people will brag about, but here's what I've learned over the past few years. For one, humans are not good at multitasking, despite many of us bragging and what they tell you. We end up doing a bunch of tasks, but they end up doing them poorly. We're not machines.
Yeah.
We're just not. We're not robots. We're not computers. Therefore, we don't have the ability to divide up the time in ways that will be most productive. Computers are good at doing this, but humans are not. And even with the computers, we have to put the input in there for it to work, for them to multitask. So
yeah,
maybe you have a job and that's where you learn to multitask because managers expect you to get multiple things done, but they don't take in the amount of time that's needed for all of the tasks.
yeah.
If this is you in your situation, try to find ways to offload or delegate.
Yeah.
Right? Have you ever had to do that to be able to get some things off of your plate so that you could do more?
Absolutely. And, you know, I share the same situation where I would be so proud that I multitask, but it's one of those things where I'm sure you've heard of the saying, a jack of all trades and a master of none, where you have all these different things you can do and you try to do them all, but you don't exactly master that one thing. That one thing doesn't really get your strong passion, attention. You know what I mean? You just barely do this, and this, you know what I mean? And yeah, so I definitely.
It's the same like this year. It's the beginning of the year and everybody has set these New Year's resolutions. We've got all these goals that we want to focus on. However, you can really only complete one goal at a time, right? So you have to make priority, like we talked about prioritizing.
Yeah.
Multitasking and try to work on several goals at once kind of just brings you down because you're thinking, I'm never finishing anything.
Yeah.
And you just can't focus on getting to the end point and actually seeing that goal through. So
quite honestly, it's also exhausting.
It is very
it's exhausting.
It is
because our brain never gets to just like really accept that accomplishment. It's always what's next, what else. This is a perfect show for me because it's really helping me start off 2022. You know what I
mean? Yeah, it does. It makes you, it gives you busy brain.
It gives
you a busy brain, and when your brain is busy, like you said, your brain is always going, what's up, what's it. So you'll be doing one thing and your brain is like, well, what about over here, and what about over here? Okay, what about this? And you're like, wait, I need to finish this. You find yourself talking to yourself like
exactly.
As I started, I get it. If your job, is putting this upon you and you have to multitask at times, but sometimes if you just talk to management and let them know what's going on, that hey, we've got this specific set of goals, or we got to get this done. What's the priority? Can I work and finish on this one? Delegate this to somebody else, or maybe even convince management to outsource some aspects of your job to external resources, stuff that's like little itty bitty things, nitpicky things that could probably be done by someone else, would help you be more focused and help the company actually get more
that's a very good point, because if you are like yourself or myself, and you're a great worker, then your employer may not know if you have come to a point where you're overwhelmed and you have so much. So it's perfect. You said that, Nikki, that you go to your employer and you say, hey, so this is the list. How would you see me best prioritizing this? And you give it to them to, decide what takes precedence. And like you said, outsourcing is great. I love that.
Outsourcing is the way to go. And of course, now with the times that we're in, many companies are doing that and they're finding great value. Great value and lots more productive. Okay, I'm going to get off my soapbox on that one. We have time for about one more, Felina. What is it?
The word is renew.
I like it. Tell me more. I'm curious.
Well, you have to renew yourself. And that requires really taking a pause, a reset, right? You can only go so far on the same routine. Sometimes you need to do a reset and renew your mind, body, and soul and prep yourself. Like when we ended out 2021, I definitely set out my goals. I don't do New Year's resolutions. I planned out my 2022 with realistic goals, but I took some time to just reset. No work, no business, renewing of the mind, meditation, thanks to you, Monickie.com. So yeah,
I was going to say, I can suggest a quick meditation to refresh the mind, because meditation is definitely one of the best ways to withdraw and relax. And you can do it right where you're at.
Yeah.
There's a simple meditation you can do right at your desk.
Sure can.
You just close your eyes, you drop your shoulders, take a deep breath in and out through your nose. And you do that for about 3 to 5 counts. And voila, you just meditated.
Nice. And just like that. And you know what? It's okay if you get distracted and you start thinking about what you have to do or the bills. You just come right back. When you realize that you just come right back.
Right back to the breath, and they'll be like, nope, no bills. This is my moment.
Exactly. Because I know my brain will jump onto like something else, but then I come back, center myself. And
the amazing thing about just taking those few moments to do like a quick short meditation right at your desk is you'll find that once you do that and you come out of it, you're so much more focused.
Yeah.
It's almost like taking it and just kind of cleaning something away so that you can open up to do more. Wow.
Yeah. So, just like that. Nice. Okay. So before we go, shall we give a quick recap about how to stay focused in a world so full of distractions?
Yes.
Okay.
Do that. So find a way to relax and renew, such as meditation. That's one.
Okay.
Number 2, turn off the notifications.
Say it louder for the people in the back.
Turn off the notifications. 3, establish a healthy routine. 4, prioritize your to-do list. What's most important? And the final one,
just
say no to multitasking.
Say no. Just say no, people.
You do all of these things this year, starting now, try one at a time. You're going to become more focused right away.
Excellent. I love it.
Yes.
Okay. Hey, well, that's it for us. I mean, those are some nuggets. Those are some big nuggets.
That is, I'm excited about getting more focused. I'm actually excited about turning my notifications back off.
Yeah. Likewise. So if we don't respond to y'all right away, just understand our notifications is off. But once it comes on, we'll be back.
We'll be back.
We'll be back. We want to thank y'all for listening, liking, and subscribing. We believe in you and we wish you success on your 5-star living journey.
Yes, join us on Facebook in the 5-Star Living Show Inner Circle group. And remember, laugh more and love more while taking care of your mind, body, and soul.
That's right. The 5-Star Living Show is sponsored in part by FlossieB.com, Flossie Flicks Photography, Monickie.com, Flossie Locks, and Meditate with Mo. Until next time, keep 5-star living.